Hello. Welcome. 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 Welcome, everybody. Welcome to your safe space. Welcome to everybody that doesn't fit in. Welcome. You're safe here. My name is Bella, and I don't know what I'm going to title this video yet. What I do know is that I'm really interested in understanding people and looking at them and their energetic field from a higher perspective, spiritually, and just getting to understand them a little bit better, their actions, their behaviors, and really what we can learn from them collectively. I'm going to be looking at a particular person today, right now. If you have any suggestions, again, this would be more for the misunderstood, somebody that, or people that you'd like to get to know, you know, maybe like the outcasts of society, you know. And the intent, and I guess I want to preface the reading, because it will be an intuitive spiritual reading. I want to preface it by saying that I'm looking at these people, and it's not to say that I agree or disagree with what they're saying. I'm not telling you what to do, that you need to believe in what they're saying or what they're not saying, their belief systems. All I do know is that by me understanding another person, it helps me have compassion for them. It helps me still love them as my brother or sister. It helps me coexist in a world where I'm different and everybody else is different. And just learning how to allow and accepting people for where they are at, without needing to change them. And so that's kind of the hope with these next round of readings. So yes, I thought that that's important to say. And yeah, please, no hateration here, no judgment here. This is a safe space. Did I say it? My name is Bella, for anybody that doesn't know. And I don't even know if I said it before. So yeah, I'm big with that. I'm big with living and letting others live how they want to live. Be who you want to be, as long as it doesn't hurt me. And even if it does hurt me, I guess my first natural instinct is to try to understand them so that I'm not as hurt. And so I think that's the purpose of these readings, the next couple of readings that'll come about. So again, any suggestions you have, let me know. And so, okay. I haven't even lit up a piece of sage yet, so let's start off with that. And this will ground and kind of clear out the energies that are present. I'm asking my guides, everyone's guides, especially the person I'm reading on. I don't know what the title will be, so if it's in the title, you'll know who it is. If you don't know who it is, I think I'm gonna put the picture or something. Make it a little spicy. So, just setting the intention for all maybe misplaced energy, lower vibrating energy, to just find their way up to the light. I also have some stones here. I have tiger eye. I don't know why I'm showing you this. I have tiger eye, which is good for balance, grounding, using your discernment, your third eye, your spiritual knowledge, if you will. seeing things from a higher perspective and knowing what is most aligned to love. Blue calcite. This is for emotional, I guess, getting down, deep and down into the core of your emotions. And it allows for, them to just come out and flourish. So if you've been struggling with having your emotional, especially especially creative emotions, and maybe those that are things that are blocking it, this is a good stone. Blue calcite. And then emerald for love, compassion, and it's green, so I think of money. Okay, so we've got a deck of cards and regular Rider-Waite tarot, nothing special. I might have some clarifiers with a different deck. I don't know. But the way that I want to read this is, and I actually failed because I'm able to, actually, you know what? Don't mind my little decor in the back. I do better when I'm looking at a picture so I can tune into their energy a little bit. So, the person I'm reading on today, drum roll please, is Mr. Kanye West. And of course, what better person, talking about being an outcast right now, what better person to read on than the person who's on the news right now? And again, I want to look at him and his energy and those people that, like him, are misunderstood, outcast, really going against the grain. I want to look at them and just have compassion towards them, not immediately jump to having anger. And I really am trying to understand this person and seeing what we can learn from the situation as a whole, collectively. And anybody else like this that you want me to read on, for sure, let me know. I'm interested in definitely history and people like this in history, so let me know. So let me get a picture, and then I'm going to show you the picture that I'm using. And I want to get a clear face shot where he's not looking so angry. Okay. Well, he's not really looking at me, though. Okay. We'll do this one. So I'll show you the picture I'm using. If you can see that. And then I'll just kind of tune in to his energy here first. I'm already feeling heaviness, heavy energy, heavy, burdensome energy. And he feels like he is the outcast. He feels like it's him against the world and that he's got nobody by his side. The time that he thought he had people by his side was when he was in his marriage, and since he's out of that, he feels like it's he's alone. So Let me just ground the energy a bit. I'm asking my guides to be here again. And all the guides involved and those watching, especially the person that I'm reading. I'm asking for everybody to be protected in God's light and love. I want no negativity to touch this, to be a part of this. Even if he's swimming in negativity, I don't want any of that over here. I really just wanted to understand him, and I'm hoping that you all can too. And let's see. All right, so let's do his current energy. What is it giving besides heavy burden and feeling sad, feeling alone? What can you tell me about his energy right now? Now, I don't really follow the news. I don't really know. I don't really know the extent of what he has said recently. I don't know much. I just know that a lot of people are talking about him in not a good way, and because of remarks that he has made, and okay. Hope everybody's got some tea, something to drink, so we can all explore together. Again, this is a safe space for everybody. Okay, interesting. So we've got the Fool, bottom of the deck, the Fool. And the spread, we've only got one card that's not in the upright, so it's in the reverse position. Most of these cards are bright and yellow, so it doesn't really show what he's really feeling on the inside, because I definitely feel very heavy energies. But the first card that we got underneath, I'm sorry, not underneath, but the first card that we got was the Knight of Swords. And it's like, this is clearly what we're seeing, right? Is somebody who charges forward without really thinking before speaking. And it's funny because the way that the cards are positioned right now, it's in between the Fool, which was the bottom of the deck, which is what he's running towards. He's trying to run for new opportunities, a new start in life. What is he running away from? The Nine of Pentacles. I'm gonna get a clarifier, but it feels like that's the family aspect, because the next card after that is the Lovers. So it feels like his relationship, his previous relationship, definitely grounded him a little bit. Definitely this person is wealthy. But the energy of this card is, it feels light, it feels calm, it feels home, it feels peaceful. Like there's no worry. There's no worry, there's no stress, there's no nothing. There's just relief and peace and joy. And it seems that is what his previous relationship provided. And now that he's not there in that relationship, it's like he's rushing because he wants those feelings back. He wants, this is not going in the direction that I thought it was gonna go. I did not think I'd be reading on his marriage or his previous marriage, but it just seems that he wants that feeling again. And the moon card is next on the bottom of the deck. So it's like you're chasing for these feelings, but you're not looking for it in the right places, and people are taking advantage of you or him because you're kind of in a vulnerable position. So I'm just reading the cards from the bottom of the deck. He's wanting new. He's wanting to feel what he's feeling, because I feel like in his relationship, he somewhat felt understood. I think that his partner made a good attempt to try to understand him, to be there for him. And now that he doesn't have it, it's kind of like you're not even thinking about where you're going. You're not really, it's like this is a very unsettling card. So going from like peace and stability to just not stability, and you know, it's a big difference, and it's weighing heavy on him for sure. Things that might feel good to him are not as it seems. People that are around him that might give him a good feeling for a short amount of time is just, it's not what it's cracked up to be. But here he is just really missing. And I feel like it almost feels like the only person he feels ever understood him fully was his mother. And ever since then, the closest that he's ever felt to being understood was with his wife or ex-wife. And, but this is good for him, because it's kind of like everything down to the core of who you are and your beliefs, everything is going to get rattled. And it seems like it's bad, but it's really good for him, because that is what brings forth evolution, and it's going to be quick. It's going to be quick moving for him. So, okay. Cool. So we've got his energy down a little bit. The Page of Cups here, this was the next card after the Lovers. It feels like he wasn't, from childhood, he wasn't allowed to be himself and really do the things that he wanted to do. He wasn't really given that opportunity. And so now that he has a big platform, he's using it, but it's like he doesn't know how to use it, is what I'm getting. I'm going to get some clarifiers. The next card after that is the Magician, and then the Star card in reverse. So feeling lost with the loss of his relationship and partner, feeling misunderstood by the world because maybe he doesn't even understand himself, to be honest. never really fitting in, never being allowed to really explore his passions as a child. And so there's definitely, this Page of Cups is definitely like the inner child here that's just like, I want to play, I want to have fun, but nobody wants to play with me, nobody wants to have fun with me, nobody wants to be my friend, is kind of the voice that I'm hearing. I think this is saying like there's almost a sense of he depends on this, like this the inner child kind of depends on others for the validation, if that makes sense. He's not, and because of that, that's probably why he's in that situation. Because the inner child is wounded, first and foremost. But I think it's weird because I've listened to, years ago, for those of you that might have heard it, y'all know what I'm talking about, but there was a, what was it? There was an interview that he had sat with and did with Charlemagne the God. And for those in the spiritual community that understand just, I don't know, spirituality, spiritualism, he spoke as if he really understood. But the cards are showing that maybe the knowledge of spiritualism doesn't necessarily mean the embodiment and living in those spiritual beliefs, or just the knowledge of them. Because again, you can know a law, that doesn't mean you live by it. So but yeah, okay, so wounded inner child, seeking for validation. It's really, I feel like this card should have been like this, because the fact that he's not getting, especially now, you know, when he shot up to fame, there were a lot of people, I mean, and this would seem normal, is that as soon as you're popular, a lot of people want to be around you. So, you know, he was good then. People were feeding that inner child, that ego, that, you know, I don't have any friends, or maybe I want friends, or they were feeding that to him some way, somehow. And it's almost like he felt he had to be a certain way to please others. That's another thing. That's why I feel like this magician should have been like this, because he's basically living for, or seeking so much validation of others, that he's kind of not being true to himself. And I feel like this was at first, right? Because when you first shoot up to fame, you have all these people that are giving you attention. You're like, whoa. Yeah, I feel like he definitely didn't know what to do with that attention, that fame right away. And now it's gotten to the point where he's kind of used to being the rebel. He's kind of used to being the outspoken, one, because it almost feels like he's had to be that person for so long. Because there were a part of it is that because he was the outspoken one, that gave him, correct me in the comments, but that gave him some recognition. So maybe he felt like, okay, I need to continue being this way in order for me to continue on my popularity. And if I continue this, then I'll be the most popular person on planet Earth by 2045, is what he thought. And he might have thought wrong on this. Because yeah, obviously being that way and seeking outside, you know, validation, it's literally, it's gotten him nowhere. I mean, Granted, it's gotten him somewhere, but not to the point where you're satisfied, or at least he is, within himself, just in life in general, with himself and where he's at. He's not fulfilling himself. He's fulfilling everybody else. And he feels misunderstood because I feel like he hasn't taken time to really understand himself. So that's kind of the overall energy. And there's understanding there, right? Because we've all been there at some point or another where we just want to be loved so bad. We want to feel accepted so bad. Some of us outgrow that quite quickly, and some of us remain our whole lives like that. So that's understandable. Okay. So in the recent, what's going on recently with him and him making what I'm seeing on the news? Well, I'm not even on the news because I don't own a TV. But what I've been reading on the news is it's hate speech. So let's dig a little deeper. What can we too many cards came out. So 3 cards came out already. What can we learn from his recent, wow, it's a bit much. Okay. Emperor here is wanting to come out, saying, boy, you need to ground yourself. In some aspects, this feels like, this is what it feels like this is his mind, sort of. It feels like he's so stuck on his beliefs, like I have to be this way, I have to do this a certain way, that's kind of we have this card coming up again. So clearly it's not making him happy. He's not being fulfilled. He's just not happy. We've got the Tower card again, and we've got this card again, and then this wants to come out. So all of this, definitely a battle within himself. And again, we can all understand that because most of us go through that, if not all of us. That's why we're here. But I think that our job here on earth is, yes, to learn the lessons that we've came here to learn, but just really and truly to remember who you are. And as you are that, so is everybody else. And just holding love and compassion for them. And really, despite how many times you get triggered, realize that it's a trigger, and realize that everybody's worthy of love, that everybody comes from love. So, right. So this is his thoughts. That's right here. That's not wanting to leave. That's not wanting to just, it's like, it feels like he's being held hostage by himself. The Empress here, in reverse. I feel this is definitely creative endeavors that are not going through. This also could be creative blockages that he has as a result of him being in his mind so much. He's not allowing his creative juices to flow. But I definitely feel like any endeavors. Not any, but maybe sponsorships, partnerships are going to be looking at him like, no thank you, we don't want you anymore. So the 7 of Cups, this came in reverse. So let me sit with that for a second. Creative, collaborative ventures are kind of either slowing down, or some of them are just stopping with him. So he's got kind of, yeah. So 7 of Cups, these were his sponsors or partnerships or whatever. These creative and lucrative ventures kind of not really happening for him. Then we got this Knight of Swords that wanted to come out again. So again, it's restless, and seeing that it's like a cycle, and he's in his mind and he's not grounded, and he's seeing maybe, okay, the person that I thought I needed to be to gain popularity now is costing me money, so I don't know what to do. I don't even know who I am. So he's in this state of fear, like, oh shit, I don't know what's about to happen. I don't know, because I'm losing money left and right. The Hierophant came in reverse. So I feel like this is definitely, what did I say earlier? Like that interview that he did with Charlemagne the God, it's like, it's almost like who he was then is not who he is now, kind of. It's like he was more rooted in spiritual beliefs and understanding then, and I feel like for some reason he blocked it off. I feel like that was another part of him that was denied, that was shut down, possibly by his family, because it, maybe wasn't to their liking, or maybe he just, that let him be misunderstood even more. But this is shutting down those spiritual beliefs. And I felt like he felt a little better when he was going down that path. But because he sounded a little against the grain and against common knowledge or belief, he was shut down. And the good thing is that the Wheel of Fortune is here. And so I'm definitely going to get a clarifier on this. So, when this happens in somebody's life, I guess it's not, even though right now it might not look like it's a good thing, it's always, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. There's always a positive. Sometimes you have to look extra hard for that, but it's almost like if anybody has gone through this or anything similar, maybe not on that extent, on that level, but you always look back and you're like, damn, I'm grateful, because if that didn't happen to me, I wouldn't have learned X, Y, and Z. I wouldn't have been this person that I am today. It's almost like you have to lose everything to gain yourself. And I think that that's kind of what's going on. So definitely feeling the burden, feeling very heavy, which I felt at the beginning. And maybe that's what he's needing to let go of, and maybe that's what he will let go of. I don't know why I want to say this right now, but I'm really against wholeheartedly cancel culture. I just think that that's more, how can we be different and celebrate our differences if we don't know how to coexist, you know? And I feel like that was a green light for me to say it. Again, this is him he's feeling really heavy, burdened. I almost feel like he's felt for a very long time he's not from this earth. He's not from Earth. He's not from this planet, is what I'm sensing. Like he just wants to go back home. He wants to go back to wherever he's from. And because he doesn't feel understood here at all. This could be the first time he's been here on Earth. I don't know. I'm not picking that up right now. But definitely feeling like I have nowhere that I belong here. And I feel like a lot of people more and more are feeling that way. Well, here's the Magician again. So I feel like this is him just coming into his own, figuring out who he is, and you know, yeah. Okay. I'm just pulling cards out. He's on social media and he's saying a whole bunch of reckless stuff. Let me pull out some of these clarifiers, because why not? And let me see. Let me tune into the energy. Let me tune into the feeling of him typing these kinds of messages, which I don't even know what they said. And I think it's better that way. Just keep me out of it. Who is this? I don't even know if that was... I don't know what's going on here. Definitely. We've got the Lovers again. Oh, underneath that is community. He misses his family. He feels like his family. Okay. All right. He feels like his previous marriage gave him the sense of community and belonging. And obviously, again, without that, he feels lost like a puppy dog without its mother. I feel like the mother-in-law is this person here who kind of resembled in some way, very maternal and very loving energy towards him, and he definitely misses that. The concerned card is here with the Queen of Wands. Clearly, there's concern over his ex. And feeling like, if you can imagine feeling like, I've just lost my safe space. I've just lost my community. I've just lost the one place that I felt secure and stable. And I'm kind of in despair because I don't know what to do. I don't know. The world is a cold world, and I know I don't fit in. It took me so long to find my family, my people, and now I lost them, so I don't know what to do. Trying to move on, but not wanting to, from legal proceedings with that family. not wanting to go through it, but knowing that he needs to move forward with it. Almost like I don't even want to look at it. I don't even want to, if I don't even focus on this divorce, it's not going to be here anymore. I don't know, trying to manifest the hell out of that. I don't know. Definitely, because I did not think that this marriage would be today's reading. There's another woman here, clearly, you know. I get two messages with these cards. Is he wants the marriage divorce proceeding to be canceled and wants it to be quickly done and over with, and he wants to go back to his lover, ex-lover, or he hopes to find that replacement soon because he's going ballistic internally. Interesting that these two cards would come up together, the Death card and Message of Concern, which I might think that it wouldn't shock me that he's getting this, if he's getting messages of concern now. Saying, you know, man, you've lost your shit. Are you okay? But in a sense, it's like what some people might say is a spiraling out of control. Maybe he's spiraling altogether. You know? It's good if he's having to go through a death experience. Not a live physical one, but spiritual one. Maybe this is good. As it's good for all of us to kind of shed anything that kind of just no longer, I guess, is good for us. So, Knight of Cups and Sudden Wealth, cool. Which is kind of straightforward. You either receiving wealth, abundance, or you've, after his death experience, you know, he will kind of find comfort within himself to be able to move forward and offer a more stable, a more grounded, a more aligned version of him. The next card is the Ace of Wands, which, great. If all of his creative pursuits are kind of being shot right now, he has a chance to kind of just focus on that in the future. And so this card standing alone would be good. But 2 cards after that is Despair and Thief. So let me get one more card, because I don't know, honey. Those are not good cards to leave off on. It almost feels like he can't. He feels like he can't be, it almost feels like he can't be himself without, it feels like he can't be himself without being in that relationship with his ex. That's exactly what it feels like. Because then we have a false person here. He doesn't know who to trust. He doesn't know who he can trust. He trusted his family. And it almost feels like they gave up on me. They gave up on me. So I have to go through this again. Sorting through fake ass people. I don't know who's real anymore. I don't know who's gonna have my back, because the people that I thought did have my back don't have my back. And so he's here in despair. And if he doesn't pick himself up the ground, if he doesn't pick himself up off the ground, there we go. This is his creative energy again, just being instead of going upwards, it's kind of like going in the ground. And I feel like with this thief, it's almost like, not they were stolen from me, but that's kind of what comes to mind. They were stolen from me. They were taken from me. My family was taken from me. I lost them. I feel alone. I feel like I have nobody. My community, the one community or set of people that I really cared about, turned their back against me. They were taken from me. Why is this happening? This is all kind of what I'm channeling. Why is this happening? Why were they taken from me? Why couldn't they have my back? They let me down. They disappointed me. Now I have nobody. The one person I did have was my mom, and now I don't have her because she passed. It's hard for me to process. I don't want to let these people go. And it's kind of like with this card here, when is it going to be my turn to feel that love and that connection and that joy and that happiness? And I feel like he feels like it partially with his children, but I feel like the children, he loves them. I feel the love. But it almost feels like there's no understanding, not fully. Or maybe it's just he wants the full package, the mom plus the children versus just the children alone. When is it going to be my turn to get my happiness? When can I expect this? Because I'm out here roughing it in these streets. Not really, but energetically speaking, you know. So that's kind of the energies. So what can we learn? That was the damn question. And what can we learn besides him wanting his ex-wife? I think, again, the purpose of these readings and the ones to come is just to really understand a person and why they're acting how they're acting. Does it excuse, him hurting other people by what he's saying? No. But at least in my case, it helps me understand where they're at and knowing that, okay, if I put myself in his shoes, or if I can ever recall a time where I felt so hurt that I hurt somebody else. Okay, I can understand that. So I'm not going to take into consideration what he's saying at this point. I know that he's hurting, and he's hurting enough. You know what I'm saying? So that's me. That's how I look at it. He's hurting himself. He's hurting himself enough. I don't have to hurt him even more. Because he's hurting himself enough by really neglecting himself, not loving himself. So does he mean these things? What I'm hearing is that, like, no, these people are just so quick to judge. These people don't take the time to listen and understand. Because sometimes what he has to say is well thought out and well-intentioned. Well-intended? But some people are just so quick to pick and choose from the whole message what to take out of it and to kind of skew it. Other people won't even let him get his full message across. Because it takes for somebody to be a little bit more relaxed. It takes for somebody wanting to understand, to really get the message, kind of pull and extract the message. And I don't think that he's been given that opportunity. And I feel like everybody deserves that. Okay, so speak. Let's go, baby. Let's go. What is it that you want to say then? If nobody gives you an opportunity to speak, I come from a different world where we don't speak. That's what he's saying. It's just crazy how, I'm wanting to understand him a little bit more, and the only thing that's coming out is this relationship. Okay. Being with her made me feel free, is what I'm seeing. We've got the Queen of Cups, the Eight of Swords in reverse. I was really allowed to explore some endeavors because she allowed me to feel safe, stable. She made me feel understood. Okay, what else do you want to say? All these cards in reverse now. Two of Swords in reverse, Judgment in reverse. And again, wanting just action and quickness and speed and he's definitely, I want my family back. I want my community back. My sisters back is what I'm really hearing. The Two of Swords in reverse, I guess that's good because that would indicate that you've decided on something that you couldn't decide on. So there's a decision here being made. Making the wrong decisions is what's happening. That's not leading him to anywhere good. The loss of my family is leading me to make decisions that are not good for me, that are not good for my evolvement spiritually. They're definitely not good for my emotional and spiritual fulfillment. And, but I'm just lost. I'm lost. I don't know where to go. I'm looking for outside approval. I'm looking for outside validation. I'm looking for others to tell me what to do because I don't know what to do. I'm seeking my community and happiness and fulfillment, but I can't find it. For me, this is saying, it seems like I'm well aware of myself and I'm confident in myself, and it seems that I'm showing up the way that I want to, but I'm not. I'm suffering inside. I don't have my people, my place. I feel lost. My emotions are out of whack. Matter of fact, my emotions are crazy right now. I don't feel balanced. Things are not going the way that I want to financially for me. I'm losing connections and people that I've partnered with. I'm trying to continue forward, but I don't even know where forward is anymore. I know that I need to focus on me and spend time with me. But it's like something is stopping him. And he's so on the defensive. Remember with the false person, I don't know who's real. I don't know who's got my back. I don't know who's doing what. But I don't even have enough. I can't sit down and focus on me because I'm too worried about everybody else. Is basically, like, he's in fear. I've got the person that I really care about that left me. I'm not winning. Obviously, clearly I'm not, because I lost her, and with her was when I was able to elevate, and now without her I'm not elevating, de-escalating that. I'm focused on what I don't have, and I'm focused on what's not making me happy, so I can't even see the blessings that are, really in my life, and I'm not really giving thanks as much as I need to be giving thanks. But don't worry, because this is about to happen to him, and that's really gonna show him. It's gonna handle some beliefs that he's got inside that he needs to work through, and hopefully give way to a more mature person. And I think that's it, because we've got more lovers here, and we've got more. So it just seems that, does he have a personal problem with people? I don't think so. I just think that you have somebody that's defensive, very defensive, and operating from this place of, I need to be this way to gain popularity, especially maybe more so now since I lost what was important to me. So I need to find that again, and just constantly battling. I need to find this again, wanting it back with the same person, not really trusting people, but needing to be this way to get the fame and get the money and get this and that. And man, let me just disconnect from him just a little bit. If anybody has ever been there, it's very easy to understand if you've been there. This person's lost, and that's struggle enough for a person. I don't think that cancel culture is effective at showing us how to work and live together as one. But that's just me. I'm sending love and light to him. I hope that he really heals and takes a moment to connect with himself and not be so needy on others. And again, if you've been there, then you understand perfectly where he's at. You understand that hurt people. So he doesn't mean what he's saying, but I think more or less what he's doing, what he's aiming to do, is give me a platform to speak, and don't shoot me down. He just wants somebody, 2 people, 3 people. He just wants to be understood, and he's not being given the opportunity. And again, I understand the other side of it too, is you're not being given the opportunity because you're coming across as crazy and like you're spewing a lot of hate. So why would we give you the opportunity? So it's kind of like, I understand both sides. How are we going to give you limelight if you're going to have people in their feelings? Like, no, because then you're going to cost us money. Like, no. Anyways, I think that's it. I'm sending love and light to him. I hope again he finds his happiness and finds his joy. Again, this isn't a reading to bash anybody. This isn't a reading to spread hate. It's to understand the misunderstood. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I'd love to continue these readings. And please, no negativity. If you're hurt by one of his posts or what he has been saying, you can take that elsewhere. This is just really trying to understand another person. And I will talk to you later, guys. Peace out.